Hello and welcome to DRPG's studio complex here in Worcestershire. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk you through the health and safety measures we've put in place at all of our studios across the UK. This is so you know what to expect from us and what we expect from you to help us ensure people remain safe during this pandemic. On arrival, please park in one of our main car parks. If you hold a valid DRPG pass, please enter through the main reception. If you do not hold a pass or it's your first time visiting our studios, you'll be required to have a COVID-19 test. On entering the assessment centre, please sanitise your hands and put on a blue medical grade face covering. One of our team will greet you and capture some key information. They will give you a consent form to read and complete prior to having the test. We have a waiting area where you can complete your consent form before having your test. Once your form is complete, you will go to one of our test booths where one of our trained team members will explain the process to you. The test is a throat and nose swab done in that order. Each one takes a few seconds to complete. Once the sample is collected, results will be displayed in just 15 minutes. If you test positive, one of our trained team will come and talk to you about the next steps in line with the government guidelines. We also have restricted access areas. These act as a holding space to provide the ability to make any necessary communications. If you test negative for the virus, you will receive a COVID-19 clear pass, allowing you to enter the main building. You can do this by leaving the assessment centre and entering via the main reception. As you enter, please scan the QR code for track and trace. Reception will take your temperature and hopefully you are all good to go. Throughout our building, you will find sanitising stations. Please use them as much as possible. We are running a one-way system throughout the whole building, so please follow the signage at all times. All the door handles have been coated with an automatic sanitising system, so don't worry if they look a bit odd. In the client lounge, please feel free to help yourself to refreshments, including our touch-free coffee machine. Your project may in some cases have its own dedicated refreshment area or green room. If this is the case, please only use your dedicated area and remain in your green room space until you're ready to move to the studio. Our kitchen team are working and will prepare refreshments. However, we are only producing cold food from a limited menu. You will be asked to select your menu choice in advance. Your food will be carefully prepared, individually sealed, and delivered to your dedicated area. You may be assigned a meeting room. All of our meeting rooms have a sign displaying the maximum capacity for each room at any one time. The rooms also have antibacterial wipes and hand sanitizer as standard, with all the rooms also being connected to our ventilation system to ensure air is circulated all of the time. The studios are regularly cleaned and each have their very own ventilation system which is continually running. You will notice that crew and presenters are kept to an absolute minimum, and this is for everyone's safety. The output from the broadcast can be relayed to meeting rooms for anyone who is not involved in the studio. In some cases, the cameras in the studios are being operated remotely from the gallery. Any manned cameras will be at least 2 meters from any presenter, and our camera operators will be using PPE. Presenters and crew will be socially distanced at all times. Masks will also be worn until you are ready to present. Microphones are sanitised every time they are used. You'll be asked to attach it and remove it yourself. So, what happens behind the scenes? The majority of the crew will be in one of our galleries. They will all be socially distanced and protective screens are in place to segregate the different roles. We keep crew to a minimum. However, you can be rest assured there is sufficient expertise to ensure your broadcast will run as it should. We try and run the studios for no longer than 2 hours before everyone takes a break and the studio is sanitised. If you are allocated a dressing room, then they will be yours for the duration and no one else will be allowed in the room. The rooms are cleaned and sanitised each time they are used. And if you need to apply makeup, you will be expected to do this yourself. we have a couple of places where we need to regulate people traffic. Please ensure there is only one person in these areas at any one time. Finally, if there's anything that just doesn't look or feel right, please let one of our team know. We really look forward to welcoming you to one of our studios. It's important for us that you feel comfortable and are safe at all times. Thank you and goodbye.